What's up, YouTube family? It's your girl Chanel, and I'm so happy to have you guys back on my channel, Love Nell B. In today's video, we're just gonna be doing a little girl chat, sis. Like, we're just gonna keep it cool, fresh. So, as you guys know, I've recently gotten into a relationship, and I've been having a lot of questions on just my singleness journey, and then how that transition to being taken, what that looks like for me. So I figured let's make it into a little mini series, or let's have a couple of girl chats about it, and I give you guys the tea and all of that, because it wasn't easy. It was not easy. So if you are interested in tonight's video, keep on watching, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button and that like button, and hype your girl up in the comments and let me know what you like, what you want to see from me. Let's make this channel ours, okay? So if you're interested, keep on watching. All right, guys, so let's jump in. So I don't even know where to start. It's like, first of all, the relationship that I'm in with my wonderful boyfriend, my wonderful man, love him, was not expected at all. When we first met, it was funny because I actually swore off men 2 days before I met him. And so I was just like, I can't do this with men. I need a break, because every so often I would take breaks from dating and like actually, getting to know someone. But I was like, I can't do this. I need to take a break. I need a moment. I need to breathe. I need time back to myself, and then we'll dive back into, dating and all that kind of stuff. But meeting him, I mean, it was crazy. And so when I first met him, I, was extremely guarded. Now, mind you, I'd been single pretty much my entire adulthood. My last relationship was in high school. So, I went to college. I kind of dated, but I didn't really, get into a relationship or anything like that. After college, still, no relationship. Things were a little bit more serious with the guys that I, talked to, but he never led to an actual relationship. And so this is my first actual one. So when I first met him, I was super guarded, and I was just like, what do you want? What do you want? Like, why are you here? So I really thought he was just playing. I thought he was just one of those same guys. So I didn't really take him seriously. However, his energy was just different. And so, he really came at me, and I was like, what are you doing? What? I just swore off men. What am I doing? But I felt compelled. I felt drawn to him, truly. And I felt if I didn't give him a chance or give this a chance, I would have missed out on something. That was the Holy Spirit, talking to me. So extremely guarded when I first met him. And, he just had the patience to work through that and deal with that. And I was like, oh, wow, this is real. You serious about me. You real, So I think, working through, when you meet a guarded woman, as guarded as I was, because again, I've been single, I've been doing this on my own, on my own, all that kind of stuff. I if you wasn't coming with something, I really didn't need you there, right? But I think it's extremely important if you're a guarded woman like myself, I would encourage. So I think the second thing that I really struggled with when it came to being with my boyfriend is just, I was extremely scared to love. I am a very passionate woman. And I'm passionate about everything I do. And so I knew that like my passion with whoever I was supposed to, be with and be in a relationship with was going to be strong and it was going to be deep. And I was scared of, I guess, I don't know, that being taken and, misused in some type of way, or I don't know. And I end up hurt, right? And so it was a while. It was a long time. Again, when I say this man is very patient with me, he's so patient with me. Thank you, babe. But, it took so long for me to kind of just like warm up to him in a sense. Like, it was like I was almost like fighting myself. Like, I knew I liked him, knew I wanted to be with him, knew I wanted to be all these different things. But like, I was just fighting myself so hard. I was just like I don't want to show this to him. I'm not sure how he's feeling and, all this kind of stuff. And, I was just extremely scared, y'all. Like, just scared. But, he made it okay. He accepted my feelings. And, he was just like, when you're ready, I'm here. When you're ready, I'm here. And I was just like, are you sure? And so, he was really good at like reassuring and just, saying like, I'm here. Like, I got you. Like, no matter what, I got you. And so, yeah, I was just, I don't know. It makes a difference, guys, when the guy like acknowledges like how you're feeling or what you're dealing with, and he's patient with that. Like, he understands and knows it's gonna take time, and he's okay with that taking time. And I think that put me at a lot of ease. I think the men that I dealt with before, talked to before, it just seemed always like rushed. Like, it was just like a rushing to get in a relationship, rushing to rushing. And that's part of the reason why I didn't do it, because I felt rushed. And I don't want to feel rushed, right? I don't want to force things, and I don't want to feel rushed. And, meeting him, I just like, it was immediate difference. It was no rushing. He wasn't like, let's, get in a relationship tomorrow. He was like, let's continue to develop and get to know each other. And I remember one thing that I was like, ooh, I want this man. He told me, he was like, we're not going to force anything, but we're not going to like block or hinder or try to stop anything either. We're just going to let God guide. And when he said that, I was just like, ooh, he different. And I'm gonna have to give him some kids. Okay? But no, in all actuality, that I was just like, wow, like, this is beautiful. And so it was so helpful in, my being scared to love. When I truly began to kind of open up and say, like, I'm ready to love you, like, I'm ready to do this thing, it was extremely freeing. Because it was I wasn't like holding myself back because I was scared, right? And that's one of the things that someone else told me, like, it may not work out, right? It's a possibility. It may not work out in the long run, but you don't want to not be able to say at least you tried, right? So I think that when my friend told me that, I was like, okay, we got to give this a chance. And with all this passion that you have and all these fears that you have to love, we got to face them so that we can see what's on the other side. And, the other side has been beautiful. And so I think that was probably one of my best decisions in our relationship thus far, other than getting with him. But really opening up and allowing for the love to come, right? And praying about it, right? Praying about it as I go, of course, and talking to God. But it's just, really just saying, okay, here I am, here you are, and we're gonna figure this thing out together. So that's my baby, y'all. So I think one of the biggest or the toughest parts for me thus far being in a relationship is the transition from single to now taken. Because again, I've spent my entire life being single, not really having to consider anyone else or have to call or text anyone else. It's just been me, right? So my boyfriend, who has been in previous relationships, he has that mindset developed, whereas I really didn't. I've always wanted a relationship, right? But I've never really been in one. So it's like, how am I, now going to adjust? So at the beginning, I won't lie, it was difficult. Still had those moments of like, I knew I was taken, right? I knew I was in a relationship. Yes, that makes sense. But my brain kind of had to catch up to that a little bit in the sense of like thinking about us, right? We act as a unit. We're a unit. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, not always like thinking in like single Chanel, just care about Chanel mode. Now it's like, hey, you have this man that you need to care about as well. And so which is no problems doing, right? No problem doing that. But again, the brain had to catch up to being like, okay, you're taken. Y'all are a we, right? So I think that is probably my biggest struggle thus far. Actually, no, we'll talk about my actual biggest struggle, but that has been a struggle thus far being in a relationship, which I have gotten much better at, I will say. But at first it was like, sorry, babe, a lot. So my actual biggest struggle has been my anxiety. And I knew that I had anxiety, right? I've always known it. Not really. I didn't know the word, right? I always knew there was something there, but I didn't know it was called anxiety. And so it's something about a relationship that literally holds up, like the other person holds up the mirror, and it's just like this being exposed, like, this part needs work, this needs work, this needs work, this needs work. That's actually going pretty well. That needs work though. So, he has been able to hold up that mirror for me. And when we first started our relationship, yeah, I've grown a lot, okay? But when we first started our relationship, my anxiety was bad. It was bad. I can't even, he's so patient, y'all. He's so patient with me. But, my anxiety was just so bad. And I just had these, thoughts of certain things. And it's like, no, I can't even explain it. But it's been good though. I will say that has been the most challenging part for me. Very ugly, but it's been extremely good. I don't really think a lot of people have seen my anxiety so bad. And so he's been able to see very ugly parts of my anxiety. And it's amazing because it's like, he's like, I knew this when I got with you, like that doesn't change anything. So, it's also just been a beautiful thing to be able to be vulnerable in that aspect too. Because one of my kind of irrational thoughts that I've always had was, showing someone this part of me and them leaving me, which feeds back to my abandonment issues, which is a whole other topic. But, I've always thought I've had to be perfect in order to be loved. And one thing that my friends, of course, but being with my boyfriend, has really shown me that my imperfections deserve to be loved as well. And so he loves every part of me. And it's different. It is so different. It's so different to be loved fully inside and out. But it's so beautiful and it's extremely freeing. And I think once he kind of saw that ugly side of me, that definitely took our relationship to a whole nother level, because not that many people get to see that part. So I think my anxiety has been the top, like, worst part in our relationship. And having the one partner have anxiety, the other partner, yeah, like, I just be like, bless this man. Bless it. But, you know, again, he loves me. And so, you know, we work together. We work together and we deal with it together. It's a beautiful thing because I get to also teach him about my anxiety. So I, you know, just kind of educate him on what anxiety looks like in a relationship, kind of some of the thoughts that I feel, or some of the things that I feel like I'm not good enough to have this good of a relationship, or, you know, I do have to be perfect in order for him to love me, or I don't want to be an inconvenience to him in any type of way when I am having an anxiety attack or something like that. And so he's been able to kind of learn as well, and learn how to deal with my anxiety, which I think is a beautiful thing. So thanks, babe. Water break, because y'all, it's a lot of talking. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys 4 tips if you are like me, entering into your first relationship, and, you know, or a new relationship, and, you know, just kind of nervous, or what to expect, or you know, what is going on. I'm gonna give you guys 4 tips to kind of help you through that, so that way you can enter your relationship and you can make it great, because you deserve healthy love, sis. So tip 1, be patient with yourself. Realizing that you're growing, right? You're growing. If you're like me and this is your first relationship, you're not gonna get it right the first time, because this is your first. So there is a newness that's gonna come with it. And, you know, you'll be able to kind of set up and develop the way that you want this relationship to go. It helps having a partner who's extremely patient, or just who's patient and loves you enough to see it all the way through. That helps so much. But I just want you to be patient with yourself and know that you're still growing, and there's a lot of growth that's gonna happen in your first relationship. You will not get it all right. It's okay. So tip 2, be sure to communicate with your partner. My boyfriend, my baby, my man, you know, he wants to know everything. He wants to know everything. He wants to know everything that I'm thinking. He wants to be able to help in any way, shape, form possible. So I realized that communication is especially key. And talking with them, learning each other's communication styles also helps as well. But just talking with your partner, right? There were so many things when we first started off that I just kept to myself because I was scared. And of course we were just, you know, getting to know each other as well. So there was that aspect as well. But just realizing how important it is to be able to talk to your partner, especially with my anxiety. I have to be able to, you know, tell him, right, the thoughts and stuff. At least I want to be able to, because some of those thoughts just aren't true. So it's helpful to talk to him what you're thinking and feeling. And I realized when I have done that, we've been able to kind of settle my anxiety a little bit better. So overall, talk to your partner, communicate, both of you guys, okay? Vulnerability is gonna be key. So another tip is, don't have the important conversations via text. pretty much most of our important conversations have been via phone, that or FaceTime. That has helped so much because text can get misconstrued. Me with my anxiety, right? There have been plenty of texts that he has sent, and I have just like, and they weren't even like, he didn't even mean them in any type of way. I just went off with them, right? So if you have anxiety like me in relationships, be sure to have the important conversations via phone so you can hear the tone, so you guys can kind of explain. Don't have those via text. I mean, it's just bad all around. Or, try to have them face to face, but for us, we had to do, via phone type thing. So be sure to have those conversations via phone or in person. Okay, don't do it via text. All right. Last key, and probably the most important key to a new relationship, is be yourself. When you try to be something other than who you are, it doesn't give the other person a chance to just fall in love with who you are. Right? Be yourself. Take it off. Take off the facade. Take off the idea that you have to be perfect or whatever. Just be yourself, right? And allow the other person to fall for you, because who you are is beautiful and it's worth being valued as such. So that's honestly probably one of my biggest takeaways, is to be yourself. Okay? Nobody else. All right, family. So I think that's all I got for you today. Just that's it. But I enjoyed talking about it. I enjoyed talking about, the backstory of, how things kind of led up in my relationship. Again, if you guys want to know how me and my boyfriend met, leave a comment down below and we will record that video. Any questions, anything like that, leave them down below so that way we can be sure to answer them. Can't wait for you guys to meet him. He's a ball of energy, to say the least. So I think next week, you guys, I'm going to talk about, so this way I kind of gave you the background a little bit. And so next week I kind of want to go a little bit further of just how my first relationship feels, right? I don't really have anything to compare this to. So how this just feels, and then kind of talk a little bit how I prepared myself. I already posted my singleness journey video last week, but my singleness was extremely important for how I prepared myself for this time. And so we'll talk about that as well in our next girl chat. Okay. I think I am gonna bring some wine next time. Something. Okay. I think you should too. Maybe some popcorn, something like that. And we're gonna make this real. So if you have any questions about anything that I talked about, or you're just curious to know, put them down below and I'll be sure to answer them in my next video. And I think that's all I have for you guys today. And as always, I love you guys. Be safe out there, and I will see you in my next video.